So this is where the cool stuff begins. How you're going to get on stage and pretend that you know more than what you actually do. Okay, that's what this will be about. So see, I'm on your side today. All right. First of all, you cannot just copy your thesis to slides. Creating a good presentation will take you time. Be prepared for that. It's not like you take the paper, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, I'm done. It doesn't work like that. The narrative order will be different. The slide will tell a story. Will tell a story. The paper is a scientific document. It's totally two different things. It's like the difference with the book and the movie. When you go to the cinema and it says like this movie is inspired from this novel, you cannot like hold the book and say, okay, yeah, that's exactly what they mean, right? Okay, so you have to have a narrative order there. So script an audience-friendly version of the paper, motivated and interesting. Again, you are going to deliver a story. You are going to tell something interesting. You are not there to recite just the paper. So have a script. Develop a timeline. Things must happen in an order. Timelines can be different. Like, for example, you can have introduction, results, and then discussion. Or you can have introduction, one result, its discussion, second result, its discussion, third result, its discussion, conclusion. Depends on what works better for you. If there is a lot of common analysis with your results, prefer to present all your results and then discuss them. You might want to do it per result because your result might be different. It's up to you. But have a timeline with a start, a middle, and an end. Because some people, they come on the stage and they just blather information that we cannot understand what it is about. Leave out details and technicalities. Again, you do not need to inform people for everything. You have to choose things to leave out of your presentation. So this is, in one word, this is called you need to abstract. So you have to take the useful information only, the necessary. So how is the story? I investigated this because of that. I proceeded as this and this and this, and I found that blah, blah, blah. These are important, exciting, surprising findings because of that. And therefore, you have to remember this. This is a story. Coming into the floor and giving me one equation, and then another equation, and then another equation, and then you tell me, so now I maximize this thing, and then giving me another equation and another equation, this is not a story. This is a series of equations that nobody knows what they are. So do have a story. This is the most important thing. You need a script. You need a scenario to follow. This is one of the most important things that I have to tell you. It happens almost to 60% of the presentations. In the first 30 seconds that you will get on the floor, your audience must know the following. Who are you and who is your supervisor? It matters who is your supervisor. It will be useful information for the committee. That's the first thing. It will take you around 5 seconds to finish that. What is the exact area of your topic? So people come on stage, they start telling a story, they say, and we do not know what's their topic about. Okay, so it can be any of these four: microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, finance, sociological topics we have sometimes. Okay, so if you have any of those specified from the beginning, like some people, they have titles that they sound like macro, but they actually are econometrics. Like I'm working with students right now, I'm doing industrial organization. The topic started from industrial organization topic, but it's a topic that the industrial organization methodology is very limited and very narrow. So this is mainly an econometrics paper. You have to tell them, so this is a paper that has an industrial organization type of question, but is analyzed with econometrics. All right, so you have to make clear where exactly is your area. What is your research approach? Is this a theoretical paper? Is it an empirical paper? You have data. You are running regressions. This is the main basis. Or it's an experiment. Or it's something else. You need to clarify this from the beginning so you set the right type of expectations for the audience. Okay, nobody can be disappointed if their expectations are met. You do not want to create wrong expectations for people. You want to create for your committee the exact expectations of what you're going to do. So you get in there, you say, my topic is this is the title. This is a microeconomics question that I have used some modeling, structural modeling, and I have tested this with this particular method, and this is what I will talk to you about. So you make very specific from the beginning what your topic will be about. Okay, so everybody should have the correct expectations when this begins. And this is what everybody should know in the first 30 seconds of your presentation. In the next 1 to 2 minutes, you have to define a broad research question. Like, what is the question that you're trying to answer? What is this people they are going to see in your presentation? You have to offer a brief motivation. Why does your research question deserve the research? Why should you do it? And then you need a preview of the results. Now, my first presentation was when I was in graduate school. And I presented my first chapter of the thesis, which finished quite early in my second year. And this was in front of a committee of seasoned professors. And I had this bright idea. I said, I'm not going to show the results, so I will keep them excited till the end. It will be a twist. Which was the worst idea I ever had in a presentation. Still remember like how bad experience this was. Because people stopped me and they said, what do you think you're doing? Like, this is a presentation, a scientific presentation, not a movie. What are you going to do? And I told them, I don't want to spoil the excitement. I will tell you in the end. What are you talking about? Okay, so don't do that. You don't have to surprise anyone. This is not entertainment. All right, this is not entertainment. What you have to do, I'm telling you again, do it right, get out of here. All right, that's what you need to do. Time management. First of all, the most important thing is understand your time. Here's what we had, we usually have it. This is the time that I decided to take it a photo. This person came for a 12-minute presentation on her thesis. You cannot see that very well. She has 36 slides. These were 36 full presentation slides, no emergency slides. She made it to slide 7. Still at the first part, at the motivation. Why? Because didn't understand the time. So fly over the literature slide very quickly, 15 to 20 seconds on this slide. You are not there to explain the literature, you are there in order to show your work. This will be important for you to remember. Manage time over the core slides. So when you deliver the core of your presentation, make sure that you, in the back of your head, you keep timing and you say you shouldn't go over to that. Save 2 to 3 minutes for the end for your discussion and be time conscious during the entire process. Time should be on your mind all the time. Your delivery tone. First of all, it's okay if you are nervous. It's pretty okay. If you are not nervous in your final presentation, something is wrong with you. Okay. Take it seriously and become nervous if you are not nervous. Try to appear confident, but do not be cocky, because we have that too. Appear as if you know your topic, but understand that you are not there to school the committee. It has happened to me, it has happened to me 6-7 times in this university. All of the times was with people that they do finance. I don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, so they start presenting a topic, and you ask them a question, which is something that they have missed. And they are like, oh, I see what you're asking. Okay, let me explain to you how this works, all right? So there is this method that is called KPM model, which I knew before this person was born. Okay, so you're not there to school anybody. Be confident that you know your topic, but understand that other people do also. All right, so this is basic for you to understand. Speech. Your speech should be loud and clear. Some people, they come up there and they mumble. We cannot hear them. Use a direct report because you are talking to somebody. You are not talking to yourself. Imagine that if I was here and I would be like, okay, nobody would be able to understand what I mean. So make sure that you use a direct report, that you are talking to this specific audience. You are not talking to yourself, and you are not reciting. Do not speak too quickly. You can use commas, and you can also use pausing in order to emphasize. Another trick that I teach my public speaking students is that the first thing that the public speaker should understand is how to be comfortable with silence. Silence is very powerful. Like sometimes there is someone in the audience, they make noise, they bother me. I stop what I'm saying just looking at them. They never talk again. So silence can be even louder than words. So make sure that you're comfortable with silence. If you are not comfortable with silence, you will be like, so now I want to explain to you about this topic because, so you try to fill the silence because you're not comfortable with it. Once you get comfortable with silence and you realize that, you stop doing ooh, and stuff like that. If you read from slides, which is something that you should not do very much, use a natural tone. like I did right now. We had several people that they come unprepared, and this is something that increasingly committees do not like, and they evaluate very negatively. We had this person a few years ago that this was what she did. Like, she has a presentation, she holds the notes, there's no text in her presentation, just some pictures, because why not? And she just read the entire thing from there. And when I said read, not even like newscasters read from the teleprompter. She read the whole thing like, your speech should be loud and clear. You are talking to an audience, not to yourself. Use a direct rapport. Don't speak too quickly. Use verbal commas. If you read from slides, use a natural tone. Okay, people didn't like that. This was something that made a very negative impression. And I will show you how you should get out of this situation. So for the presenter's image, have an upright posture. Okay, this is something that will be very helpful to you in your professional careers, in job interviews and everything. Do not be like that. Okay, it's not bad that this person is nervous. It's not bad. But this shows that he's not aware of his being like that. I'm not giving you a job if you come to an interview like that. Nobody will give you a job to your caliber if you go to an interview like that. So you want to show that you have an upright posture, that you have some confident body language, not too confident. Okay, some people are getting like too confident, and this is another way of nervousness. Okay, so if, for example, if somebody is asking you a question and you sit on the desk and you're like, okay, I understand what you're saying. That's not gonna seem nice. Don't be too comfortable. Be aware of where you are. Smile. So I will never forget that. This was when I first came to Russia in 2012. I was going to different places and I was smiling to people. And I realized that they all the time they went the extra mile to help me. Okay. Until somebody told me, like a friend told me, you know, don't smile because people will think that you're stupid. Like, you have to have a reason to smile. I'm like, I'm meeting with someone for the first time. I have a zero impression for them, which is a good thing. I can build from there, so I will start with a smile. No. In Russia, this will think that if you are with a girl, it means that you like her, and you're going to get in serious trouble for that. Or if you're with a guy, he will think that you're stupid. So I stopped smiling. And then I understood that people didn't really like that. So I never talked to that person again. Okay, so smile, not all the time, but in the beginning, like they ask you the question, okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay. Or they say a good thing, thank you. All right, so smile is always good. Make eye contact with your audience. Like, you see, I'm looking at you, I'm trying to look at most of you. I'm talking to you, so I have to look at you. If I was speaking and I was just... So today I'm going to explain to you about how to keep eye contact with your audience. I lose my direct rapport to you. I lose communication ability. Appear interested at your topic. This is a valuable one. We see some people that they come in the presentation And they're like, oh my God, this topic is so boring that even I wrote it, I cannot stand it. Okay, so show that you have some interest in your topic. Show that it's excited. This is contagious. If you show that you're excited, people will be like, okay, let me see why this guy is so excited about that.